So what I'd normally do is I'd go through the drill maybe 3 times, slowly initially just warming up, and then faster as I go through, maybe the 3rd or 4th time getting up to full speed. Obviously if I'm cold or feeling a bit stiff, do a bit of a warm up first. Then next part of the training I find helpful is to take part of the drill, either take a movement or a sequence of movements, take them out of the drill, and then I'll work on them for a little while. So for example, for the 3-form attack drill, I might take, so this movement here, so we've come down like that, we're turning, both hands open, one hand shut, and now both hands closed together. So I might take that out and think, now what's that all about? How can I flesh it out, make it useful, and actually give it a bit of purpose? First thing I do is just think about just the specific movement without changing it. So if I'm coming around like that, perhaps that's getting someone's hands out of the way, punching them, and then pushing them away. So a very straight application. Next thing I might think about is, so what movements is that trying to teach me? What's the underlying purpose of that? So we're coming around, so it's a lot of body rotation. My legs aren't moving too much, not moving around the floor, but my body is rotating one way, it's rotating the other way, and it's rotating back. There's I'm building up a lot of angular momentum, and that's how I'm developing force. So I know with our style, we always want to keep moving, ideally keep accelerating. We can be accelerating in a linear direction, or we can be accelerating in a rotational direction. So rotational acceleration is still acceleration. So I might work on that for a bit. So to really emphasize the coming around, rotating that way, and rotating backwards. Think how much rotation, what level of energy can I build up with those movements? 1, 2, 3. Now how can I emphasize that? How can I get even more power? So as I'm coming around, maybe if I pull this side back as this side comes forward, so that way. So I'm getting, as part of my body is getting pulled backwards, it'll help give power to the other side. This is very similar to what I guess you do in karate or taekwondo. We see people do those sort of strikes when they're pulling back with that hand. It's imparting power, rotational energy to increase the power of the strike. So we don't strike exactly like that, but the principles are still the same. And obviously there's parallels and things we can learn from all different martial arts. So then I'll start thinking about that rotational energy. How can I increase that? Next thing I might think about is, how can I do it in a more random fashion? If I'm moving around, am I going to be trying to hit people like that? Or maybe I could think of it as trying to free my body up. Perhaps someone's trying to grab me and I'm moving away, twisting my body so they can't hold on. So I can imagine myself in a group of people are trying to hold on to me, and I'm moving my body, rotating around, and making it hard for them to grip, and doing it in a moving fashion. So that sort of process. Again, getting back to karate, when you're doing karate drills, they have what's called bunkai and yaksu. Sorry about the pronunciation. Bunkai is just the direct movement, and yaksu is sort of the application, and it has the essential flavour of the movement, but it might look a lot different. And that's things you can do to actually apply it in a practical situation. So I think it's a useful little process to go through with our drills too. So yeah, so do the drill a few times, then I'll take a movement out, work that up, think about it in different ways, and then I'll put it back in the drill. So next time I do my drill, I want that part to have much more energy in it and be much more dynamic. Finally, after I've done a bit of training with that movement, I might think, well, can I get the same feeling from other aspects of training? And so for this one, I might use a stick. So that's often a good way to feel it. So I can do a similar move, 1, 2, 3. So again, I'm rotating one way, rotating the other way, and back. So again, emphasising the movements, and the stick provides a nice little swishing noise, so you know if you're getting good speed and acceleration. So that's where the weapons drills come into it too, which I'll be talking a bit about later as well. And absolutely finally, then I might sort of think, okay, how does it feel in my body? Now, my back feels slightly sore with that, so I don't think I was actually holding my stomach tight enough. So I think I need to work more on my stomach contraction as I'm doing that, so I don't put too much stress on my spine. So yeah, so good, always good to reflect on what we've done at the end of any sort of exercise. So yeah, so how to get a drill, take bits out of it, work it up, then put it back and keep those qualities intact. Take care.